God didn't die of natural causes. He was executed. 8 philosophers sharpened the blade. This is the autopsy. Theology was a fortress. For millennia, it stood unchallenged. Priests guarded the gates. Kings knelt at its altar. Philosophy was its servant. Then came the assassins, not with armies, with arguments. 8 men across 2,000 years dismantled the divine architecture stone by stone. They didn't debate God's existence. They made it philosophically untenable. This is not propaganda. This is intellectual forensics. You are about to witness the systematic murder of the supreme being. Philosopher 1, Epicurus, 341 to 270 BCE. The execution method. Epicurus destroyed divine intervention by proving God's attributes contradict observable reality. The weapon. The problem of evil. The oldest assassination attempt still undefeated. Epicurus constructed a logical cage from which God cannot escape. 4 walls, no exit. The killing blow. Is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Then he is not omnipotent. Is he able but not willing? Then he is malevolent. Is he both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why call him God? Read that again. Every path leads to God's disqualification. Omnipotence dies in the first question. Omnibenevolence dies in the second. If you preserve both, the third question kills the claim entirely. The fourth is the grave. The aftermath. Theology has spent 2,300 years trying to escape this quadrilemma. Every answer creates new contradictions. Free will theodicy admits God is limited. Greater good theodicy admits God causes suffering. All theodicies are confessions dressed as defenses. Modern inheritance. Every atheist confronting a believer with "Why do children get cancer?" is deploying Epicurus without knowing his name. The first wound was delivered. God was bleeding, but the fortress still stood. The next assassin aimed at the foundation itself. Philosopher 2, Baruch Spinoza, 1632 to 1677. The execution method. Spinoza destroyed the personal God by dissolving the distinction between creator and creation. The weapon. Pantheistic determinism. Spinoza used geometry to prove God and nature are identical. God is not a being. God is being itself. Deus sive natura. God or nature. The terms are synonyms. The killing blow. Whatsoever is in God, and without God nothing can be or conceived. God becomes the universe's operating system, not its programmer. God cannot hear prayers because God has no ears, no consciousness, no will. The personal God who loves you, judges you, intervenes for you, that God is philosophically impossible. What remains is cosmic substance obeying mathematical laws. Spinoza made God into physics. This is murder disguised as elevation. The aftermath. After Spinoza, theism splits. Either God is personal but philosophically incoherent, or God is coherent but functionally identical to natural law. Believers chose incoherence. Einstein chose Spinoza. Modern inheritance. When scientists say the God of Spinoza, they mean the elegance of physical law, not a deity that answers prayers. While Epicurus killed divine intervention and Spinoza killed divine personality, the structure was weakening. Then came the empiricist with a scalpel. Philosopher 3, David Hume, 1711 to 1776. The execution method. Hume destroyed miracles and design arguments by applying probability and causal skepticism. The weapon. Empiricism weaponized. Hume demanded evidence proportional to the claim.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Miracles, by definition, violate natural law. Therefore, the evidence for a miracle must outweigh all evidence for natural law's consistency. The killing blow. No testimony is sufficient to establish a miracle unless the testimony be of such a kind that its falsehood would be more miraculous than the fact which it endeavors to establish. Translation. If someone claims they saw water turn to wine, what is more probable? That natural law was suspended, or that the witness is mistaken, lying, or deluded? History proves humans lie constantly. History has never proven natural law breaks. Hume also dismantled the watchmaker argument. The universe resembles a machine? Machines have flawed designers. The universe contains suffering and waste. By analogy, God is an incompetent engineer. The aftermath. After Hume, miracles became philosophically inadmissible as evidence. Theology retreated from empirical claims. Faith became belief despite evidence, instead of belief because of evidence. Hume forced this retreat. Modern inheritance. The phrase, "Pix or it didn't happen," is Hume's epistemology in meme form. The empirical ground was scorched. Miracles lay dead. Then came the psychologist who revealed God's true origins. Philosopher 4, Ludwig Feuerbach, 1804 to 1872. The execution method. Feuerbach destroyed God's objectivity by exposing religion as psychological projection. The weapon. Anthropological materialism. Feuerbach argued theology is anthropology in disguise. God is humanity's idealized self-image projected onto the cosmos. We create God by externalizing our own qualities, love, justice, power, and worshiping them as other. The killing blow. Man, this is the mystery of religion, projects his being into objectivity and then makes himself an object of this projected image of himself, thus converted into a subject. God is a mirror. When you pray, you are talking to your own reflection. God is love means humans value love. God is just means humans crave justice. Strip away the projection and God vanishes. Religion becomes self-worship wearing a theological mask. Feuerbach did not argue God does not exist. He argued God is humanity's alienated essence. We gave our best qualities to an imaginary being, then knelt before our own donation. The aftermath. After Feuerbach, theology must answer, prove God is not just your projection. No proof exists. Believers retort, prove atheism is not also psychological. True, but atheism does not claim cosmic authority. Modern inheritance. When someone says religion is a crutch, they are deploying Feuerbach without citation. With God exposed as projection, the next assassin revealed projection's purpose, control. Philosopher 5, Karl Marx, 1818 to 1883. The execution method. Marx destroyed religion's innocence by exposing its function as social anesthesia and control mechanism. The weapon. Historical materialism applied to religion. Marx built on Feuerbach, but went deeper. God is not just projection. God is a tool. Religion pacifies the oppressed by promising justice in the afterlife, preventing revolution in this one. The priest and the king are partners. The king exploits. The priest explains why you should endure exploitation. God becomes the ultimate enforcer of the status quo. The aftermath. After Marx, theology must answer, prove you're not just defending the ruling class. Liberation theology tries. Prosperity gospel confirms Marx's thesis perfectly. Religion serving wealth and power. Modern inheritance. Every accusation that religion is a control mechanism is Marx's analysis popularized. Epicurus wounded God. Spinoza depersonalized God. Hume empirically discredited God. Feuerbach made God a projection. Marx made God a tool of oppression. Nietzsche made God obsolete. Freud made God a neurosis. Russell made God rationally unjustifiable. These were not isolated attacks. They were coordinated across centuries, each philosopher built on the previous wound. By 1970, God lay dead on the autopsy table. The secular West is the crime scene. Science, human rights, individualism, existentialism, all children born from divine murder. The vacuum. But Nietzsche warned us, killing God creates a void. No cosmic justice means suffering is meaningless. No divine plan means history is chaos. No objective morality means values are negotiable. The 20th century proved Nietzsche right. Auschwitz, Hiroshima, gulags. Stalin killed 20 million while shouting, "God is dead." Hitler built